Thank you, Comrade Khan, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and wish you a happy New Year. As Comrade Carl has explained, this is our first National Office Bearers meeting of 2018. We decided to hold this National Office Bearers meeting before we proceed to Eastern Cape to join the leadership of the ANC in making sure that we fill up the stadium when we celebrate the 106th birthday of the African National Congress. But why we have convened this on National Office Bearers, it is because immediately after the national conference, there were so many issues that were said by either analysts, the media, individuals, some in the Twitters who are NEC members. So we thought it's important as MKMVA that we respond to some of those issues. Our statement thus is that MKMVA wishes the African National Congress and all the members of the ANC a happy 106th birthday anniversary. At the beginning of this new year, the Umkhonto we Sizwe Military Veterans Association wishes all our members, all ANC members, and indeed all South Africans a happy and blessed new year in which their hopes for success and prosperity will prevail. We congratulate the grade 12 class of 2017 for the excellent pass rate that they have achieved. We are truly proud of them and wish them all the best in their future endeavors. MKMVA especially wants to congratulate all those students who received assistance from the Department of Military Veterans and who have successfully passed their studies and made the best of the opportunities that this assistance provided them with. The National Office Bearers of Umkhonto we Sizwe Military Veterans Associations met today, the 8th of January 2018, for one of our regularly scheduled meetings. We noted that on this very day, 106 years ago, on the 8th of January 1912, the African National Congress was formed. The historical task of the ANC was right from its inception to unite the African people and to ensure that the black oppressed were to be liberated from white colonial rule and every other form of oppression, whether racist, sexist, or economic exploitation. These ideals found further expression in the Freedom Charter that was adopted on the 26th of June 1955 at Kliptown, and which states unequivocally that all South Africans shall share in the wealth of our country. In our meeting today, we noted that while the ANC has achieved much during the past 160 years to make these laudable objectives a reality and greatly improve the living conditions of the majority of South Africans, especially during the past 24 years since the dawn of democracy with the ANC as the ruling party, much still needs to be done in order to fully liberate the black majority of South Africans, especially Africans in particular, from the consequences of apartheid racism, especially with regards to the continuing control of our economy by white monopoly capital. In this regard, the National Office Bearers of MKMVA express our satisfaction with the clearly formulated resolutions in favor of radical economic transformation that were passed at the National Conference of the African National Congress, the 54th National Conference. We are especially happy with the Resolutions Committee committing the ANC to land expropriation without compensation, and for all private and especially foreign-owned shares of the Reserve Bank to be nationalized and for the Reserve Bank to become fully owned by government. We also welcome the conference resolutions in favor of free quality education and want to express our appreciation to President Jacob Zuma for the progressive announcement that he made on the 16th of December 2017 that poor and working class students with a combined income of up to 350,000 will receive fully subsidized free higher education and training. While more progress will have to be registered in order to fully achieve the ANC policy commitment to free education, the announcement by President of the Republic, Comrade President Jacob Zuma, goes a long way to address the objectives of the hashtag Fees Must Fall campaign. On behalf of MKMVA, the National Office Bearers express our satisfaction with the successful 54th National Conference. We noted that despite the many doomsayers who predicted that the conference would not even be able to convene or that it would collapse, nothing of that kind happened, and the ANC delegates from branches throughout the length and breadth of our country were able to make their voices heard, both with regards to the leadership that they elected and the progressive resolutions that they passed. We have especially noted the strong commitment that delegates expressed with regards to the unity of the African National Congress, and MKMVA unequivocally shares in that commitment, both in terms of its expression and its execution of principled unity. MKMVA, immediately after the new national office bearers of the ANC had been elected, warmly congratulated our newly elected president, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, as well as the other 5 officials who were elected, and pledged our full support to them. The MKMVA national office bearers would like to reiterate that commitment also with regards to the full complement of NEC members that have been elected. MKMVA also congratulates Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma on the effective and constructive campaign that she conducted as a candidate for the presidency of the ANC. It was indeed a huge achievement that for the first time in the 106-year-long history of the African National Congress, Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma was, as a woman, on the ballot paper for the election of the president of the ANC. Her campaign greatly enriched the policy discussions in the ANC and helped to bring the critical importance of radical economic transformation to the fore. We commend Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma for the disciplined and comradely manner in which she accepted the outcome of the conference elections of the leadership. We welcome her re-election onto the NEC and look forward to the ANC and our country still being able to benefit for many years from a wealth of experience and strong leadership. The national office bearers of the ANC, together with the whole newly elected National Executive Committee, have their work cut out for themselves, especially with regards to the very clear marching orders that they have received from the conference to implement radical economic transformation without fear or favor. It is our belief that the effective implementation of radical economic transformation will go a long way to restore and strengthen the trust of the majority of South Africans in the ANC as pro-poor and the only political movement in South Africa that can address their needs and hopes for a better life for all. It will also greatly contribute to unity. We call on all members of the ANC and also every South African who cares for the future of our country, to support the newly elected leadership of the ANC and to give them the encouragement and space to do their work. One of the most critical tasks of the ANC is to prepare for the national elections due in 2019. We call on all the members of MKMVA to work tirelessly together with all other ANC structures to ensure a resounding victory. It must be noted that the National Conference never discussed in any manner whatsoever the recall of President Jacob Zuma as President of the Republic. Instead, what the delegates at the conference explicitly instructed the newly elected leadership to do was to work tirelessly for unity. We therefore especially call for unnecessary divisive pressure with regards to the future of President Jacob Zuma as President of the Republic of South Africa to be avoided. The National Executive Committee of the ANC must be given the opportunity to deal with this matter, as it should with regards to all other issues that it needs to address, in a manner that will forge unity and the effective execution of policy. In doing so, there should be no place for personal vendettas and vindictiveness. It is our considered view that President Jacob Zuma deserves to be acknowledged and respected for the huge contribution that he made in the liberation struggle and for his many decades of dedicated service in the ANC, as well as to the people of South Africa in the various senior positions in government that he held, including his service as President of the Republic. This was clearly also the sentiment of the 54th National Conference when his opening address to the conference was received with acclamation. A 20-member MKMVA delegation participated as non-voting delegates in the 54th National Conference. We participated as the only official recognized association representing MK military veterans. And we warmly thank the ANC as our mother body for having granted us that recognition. MKMVA utilized the opportunity to the fullest, and our delegation participated vigorously in all the activities of the conference, especially in the various commissions. Foremost in this participation was our concern to raise the plight of our MK military veterans members and to advance policy resolutions that would improve their lives and the plight of their families. We share in the sentiments that were expressed at the 54th conference that unity in the MK family should be pursued, and want to reiterate again that the doors of MKMVA remain open for all MK veterans to fully participate in our organizational structures. As we have said in the past, and we remain prepared to participate in bona fide engagements driven by goodwill in order to achieve the laudable objective of unity. All MK veterans share a long history of sacrifice and engagements in the struggle for liberation. This history and our continued commitment to the full realization of the liberation ideals that we fought for should always forge much stronger ties of unity than anything that can possibly divide us. The most important task of MKMVA is to advance the interests of our members and to engage with the Department of Military Veterans and all government structures at national, provincial, and local government levels, as well as state-owned enterprises, to advance the employment and entrepreneurial engagements with MK veterans in order to secure employment and economic advancement for our members. In this regard, the effective implementation of the provisions of the Military Veterans Act 18 of 2011 is critical. The National Key Points Resolution with regards to MKMVA members being given priority with regards to security services is in this context of critical importance to us. During the past year, this was the most important work that we were engaged in, and we have resolved today in our meeting to intensify our activities in this regard and to make 2018 a year of unity and delivery for military veterans. We believe that this will be an appropriate way to honor our former Commander-in-Chief, Utata Comrade Nelson Mandela, Rolihlahla Mandela, in this year when we celebrate the centenary of his birth. Thank you.